Welcome passengers, this is your control tower speaking. Make sure you like and subscribe, and as always, I wish you a smooth landing.
Hey passengers, I'm your Captain Carla.
And I'm your flight attendant Lenora.
And I'm your flight attendant Noel.
And welcome back to Smooth Landing. Give it to us, ladies.
So we are from KNJ Therapeutic Riding, and we're here to share with you a little bit about what equine therapy is. And for the people that don't know, how can we sum it up in 3 words what equine therapy is?
Oh my goodness. 3 words. Make it short and sweet.
Okay.
Well, it's a passion.
Yes. Passion.
For horses and for individuals.
I'm here for it. Let's not forget we have Dawn Ray in our control tower.
Control tower, Miss Dawn Ray, editor. That's more than 3 words, Noel.
She's counting.
Sorry. Okay. I'll keep it to 3 words. Passion,
horse,
kindness, and love.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Did we say horse? We gotta have horse in there.
Horses, that's 4.
Okay, no, the only reason why. Yeah, but
therapy with horses.
The only reason why I ask is because does everybody know what equine means? A lot of people don't.
No, I actually didn't until I looked you up.
Thank you, controller over there. Yes. I'm like, yeah, of course. So I do like to stress, emphasize that, the equine part would be with the horses and the therapy. And so what we do is we work with the special needs in the community. We also work with the military, anybody who is suffering from PTSD, any kind of mental behavioral issues, challenges. And then just most recently, we started outreaches with nursing facilities.
Wow.
Yeah, we started
That's
going.
big.
We started going visiting our seniors. Because I didn't know this, but a lot of them don't have family and that come and visit them. And so, I mean, what amazing opportunity to go and see these people. It's almost like a forgotten community.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. So. In fact, I remember a long time ago, I saw a flyer that said donate puzzles. And it was to an elder community that I guess I was like, I want to do the puzzle with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was adorable. We brought the horses out there, and then it was so sweet. They had them all parked in their wheelchairs. They were all lined up. They were ready. They were just ready to pet and feed the treats and do all that. And so a lot of them got to groom. And so that's a new thing that we started.
Wow. So I love, but tell me the beginnings. How did it come to be?
Oh my God.
How it come to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've been riding since I was 3 years old. I started
walking
lessons,
and riding at the same time.
pretty much.
Wow.
I got tossed up on a horse on a movie set. So.
Oh my gosh. You were mentioning that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
On a movie set. So go back even further. Give me more.
So I grew up on Western movie sets. And so.
Here in El Paso?
Oh, no.
Oh, where?
Everywhere. Alpine, Lajitas, San Antonio, everywhere. California.
That's so cool, though.
I got to travel a lot.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And not military.
No, my dad was in the movie business.
Wow.
So,
and you said he actually has movies.
Yes, he does. You can look him up.
That's amazing. What's his name?
David Cass Sr. So one of the Wranglers really made me fall in love with horses. I just loved it. And then I started lessons when I was 6 and started show jumping around 10.
Wow.
And so I've been around horses my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And after high school, I moved up to Los Angeles for a couple of months and came back, of course, and I needed a job. And a close family friend of ours, their child went through an equine therapy program here.
Oh.
And they knew that I loved horses. And so they told my mom about it, and I went and got an interview with my old mentor, Bart Pearson.
Wow. Wow.
And at 18 years old, and I started working with him, and he pretty much trained me. And the rest is history.
Wow.
Back in 2012, I decided to open up KNJ Therapeutic Riding.
2012, that's over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What a short and sweet story, but I know there's lots in between.
Oh, yeah.
So you own, what does it stand for? KNW?
No,
KNJ.
Oh, KNJ, I'm sorry.
KNJ. We've actually played around with it a little bit, but the root of it, how did it
The root of is I did have 2 other partners at the time.
Okay.
And they are no longer with me.
Okay. People
But
move on.
people know KNJ, so I decided to keep it KNJ.
Okay.
And so we've kind of been playing around with it, like, you know, Kingdom
like,
and Jesus,
kindness, joy,
things like that.
It's so cool because like there's so many things that you can do with the name. Because when I got pulled in with her, so I've known her for a little bit over a year. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in here. I've known you for over a year, and how I met her was her daughter. I don't know if you met her when you
I did
to do the groundwork.
She's in the photo that we took.
Well, the little girl. Did you meet Lily?
I don't think I met her, but I did see her
running
interact.
Around. Okay, so she is sassy. She is fire pants, and we call her the CEO of KNJ.
Obviously.
I mean, I taught her in Sunday school, and so when I met her, I was like, I need to meet your mom because you are loud, proud, and just, I mean, holding conversations with her. So she comes to pick her up, and I meet Noelle, and it took me probably about 3 or 4 times to meet Noelle because after church she just beeline out of church, and I'm like, hey, and I keep trying to meet her, and she's like out of there, right?
I'm done.
How do you miss this ornament?
Well, I was so crazy. So her mom, Joni, amazing lady, she was like, I met her mom first because she came to pick up Lily, and she's like, oh, you haven't met my daughter yet, Noelle. And I said, no, I keep trying to meet her. She goes, man, she is just shy. She's just so sweet, and she
couldn't tell it all.
No, she's just so shy. But yeah, just go and run up and get in her face. I was like, challenge accepted. So that's what I did. I was like, hey, my name's Lenora, and I teach your daughter Sunday school, and she's so cute and so sassy. And Noelle was just like, I mean, how she is right now, just like, what is happening right now?
You got one of your sequins on me.
Pretty much. I was like, hey, will you be my best friend? Like, what's happening?
Did we just become best friends?
Stage 5 cleaner. When I found out she had horses, I'm like, you do? And so, I mean, it was really cool. She invited me out to her property. She's like, I've been running this KNJ for like 12 years now, but I'm not really good on the business side. Like, I'd love to grow it, and market and stuff. And I mean, I can make friends with anyone. Like, I'll talk to a tree. That's just,
I love it.
Yeah, that's how I roll. So that's basically how her and I started our partnership, and it's just been growing ever since then. We've been so blessed. Of course, Don Ray got us introduced to you.
Yes.
So yeah, we've just been trying to grow the business, and before we want to get bigger, we want to get better. We have such an amazing clientele.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Our students are, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. They're so, I mean, how long? What's the longest standing student you've had?
Oh man, I've had a couple of them. One of them, he is 26 years old, and I've had him since he was 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and I'm meeting these parents, like, they just speak so highly of the program that brought so much joy. Like, a lot of them have been, like, nonverbal, but now are using words and stuff. And I had no idea that equine therapy had that type of power.
I wanted to dive into that.
Mm-hmm.
So it boggles me that my daughter's 15, so I've been a parent for 15 years, and I'm sure I've come across many children who are on the spectrum in some way, and none of them have ever said, I use equine therapy. Like, they have many different therapies, but they have not explored that avenue or even know about it. So how do we not know about you? I know you can't have like a big old banner everywhere, but how can we get more people knowledgeable, or how do they come? Like, do doctors send them? Like, hey, have you heard of horse therapy?
We do have contracts with the state.
Oh, okay.
So they will actually send us clients.
Oh, good. But if they're not, like, what if it's people who don't know, aren't part of that?
Yeah.
How do they find out? Because I truly believe I call them like babies, no matter their age. Like, they'll do better hands-on out there, boots on the ground, instead of in a room with blocks or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah, I think since her and I have met, like, that's my personality. She is she's the therapist. She's the certification. Like she is the mama in the arena with these horses.
I can see that.
2,000-pound animals. I just want to go over and give them hugs and wrap them in sequins and do all this kind of stuff. And Noelle's like, no, ma'am, we can't do that. This is a wild animal. I'm like, okay. So where I thrive is the business side, the growing side. And I think doing things like this, like podcasts,
well, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us. Like outreaches, just, going to visit schools, just sharing the information about equine therapy and KNJ. The sad thing is, though, what I just learned is insurances don't cover equine therapy.
I was going to ask that.
They don't
see
consider
it as a therapy.
Why?
I don't know. There's so many studies showing that it's helped.
It's almost like, dare I say, marijuana, like it has so many medicinal benefits, but yet, not that I want everybody to go out and get high, but I mean, like, obviously what you're doing has helped so many people, and you've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, I have stories.
Yeah, share them. Give this one.
I like the one with the older gentleman with the wedding.
So years ago, I had an older gentleman, very smart. He actually worked out at the White Sands Missile Range.
Okay.
Can't go any further because I can't help him. He had a stroke.
Oh.
And when he actually was put under like a induced coma, and he had a stroke in that coma, and when he woke up, he couldn't walk and talk anymore. And so when he first started coming out, I could tell he was still there. Like you could talk to him, he would still like look at you, but he couldn't walk. He was stuck in a wheelchair. So when he first started riding, we had to have 2 gentlemen hold him on the horse, because pick him up and put him on the horse, because he couldn't do it himself. And I found out through his wife that their daughter was getting married in a couple of months. And so I made a goal with him. Okay, let's work together and use the horse as a therapy tool. Yeah. And let's get you to where you can walk her down that aisle. Yeah. And I talked to the wife and him, and we came up with the distance that he needed to walk.
Don't you make me cry on what days? On a Thursday.
Yeah.
But he was great. You could tell, like, he would get frustrated because he would try to speak to you and he couldn't get the words out, or he couldn't get his, and I'd have to sit there and talk to him and look, like, just, we can do this. So we just have to work together, but, and tell him the horse is going to work with you. But we just have to slow down. And he was great. And so by the time he couldn't even walk up the ramp to get on when he first started. By the time he ended the program, he was able, with my arm, had his arm around underneath my arm, and walk up on his own up the ramp, get on and ride by himself.
Oh my gosh.
I got his goal. It's so wild. And to lean more into the horses, because the horses are the ones that are doing the work.
Yeah.
And they are just, like, thinking about gives me goosebumps. They are such spiritual beings. And there comes a lot of work, especially with Noelle, like pairing each client with the horse as far as personality wise. She has a horse, his name is Marshmallow. Her daughter works with him, and like when she's having a bad day, he just like goes and puts his nose in her, and like he knows, you can just sense it. Like these animals are just so intuitive. They're just such special creatures. I believe that. I really believe, like, they can sense everything. They really do. Like bad days, it's like every animal, I can see that. So how do you place like which horse is best with which client?
Well, it goes back down to like doing the evaluation with the client. So we have the families come out because we want to meet them. Like over the phone, you really don't know how, who they are.
Right.
So we have them come out and we just talk to them, and we ask the parents. We also meet the client and make sure, can assess the client what they need. But talking to the parents, they'll kind of tell us what they want out of it, and so we set goals for them.
That's smart.
Yeah. We have some parents that we'll have some parents that call and say, hey, listen, my daughter right now is struggling so bad with anxiety. And it's to the point where, like, I don't know what to do anymore, and I found you guys online, I don't know what this is, but can we come out? Yeah, absolutely. Come out. Just by brushing the horse, I think it's like decreases anxiety. 20%. Oh my gosh. I did research and I read that. Yeah. It's quite like just brushing this sweet beast. Yeah. Isn't that a wild? Yeah. They can come brush my hair.
Just brush my hair.
And and also like if we're having a bad day, even cleaning horse stalls. Like,
yeah,
it's something about being outside, the fresh air, the sunlight, the birds, and where we're located, it's nestled in between like a pecan orchard.
Right.
So it's so green. It's green and it's cozy and it's just it's a beautiful world, definitely. And you have these majestic animals,
Yeah.
So,
what are like say somebody wants to come out to be a horse therapist, like what are the like qualifications, or how did you become you?
Well, like I said earlier, my mentor was Bart Pearson.
Okay.
So he taught me all the ins and outs.
I feel like Bart Pearson would be a horse therapist. Bart! You got Bart! I know Bart.
Bart Pearson's family is watching. Thank you.
He was fabulous, honestly.
He sounds fabulous.
He was very kind, but also pushed. I think he saw something in me that I didn't see in me at the time. And he just had me follow him around. It was like a week or two of that. He's like, here's your first client, But it's just learning, getting hands-on kind of stuff. I'm a PATH certified riding instructor.
I remember you mentioning that. Wow.
So I had to do the schooling, the tests, and had to do the mock lesson. I had to go to an actual facility and do all this. And I had to do the mock lesson, and I actually had to ride. Because if you don't know how to ride, you can't teach, right?
Right. I mean, because even though they're big, beautiful, majestic animals, they are wild to extent.
They are animals. I tell people my horses are not normal horses. They really aren't. They're very. It takes a very special brain of a horse to do what they're doing, but they're still animals. So safety has to be number one.
Right. Do you have people often come out and they're like, I want to work here. I want to be a therapist?
I mean, I've seen it. Like, I've seen people have approached me like, hey, how do I get involved? Not as far as like the therapy side. What they want to do is they want to volunteer. And our volunteer program, I believe where it's at, it plants that seed. And I think it can, grow something into the therapy side. But I haven't asked, I have to get my stuff together and get the PATH certification too, just in case. But it's a lot of work. She did it all, and I'm like, I can't believe you did this. It's such an extensive training, and it's weeks, and it's so crazy. This field is you keep learning and learning and learning because mental health is changing. They're finding all the time. They're finding new things. So you're getting new techniques, and I know she has to do like CEUs and
what is CEU?
So
continued education.
Yeah.
I have to take continued education all
so
the time.
The struggle, right?
It's expensive and it's wild. I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah.
I think for real estate, like it takes almost like a week of every year just to get, and it's grueling. Like you can't just like click stuff, like you actually have to like pay attention.
You have to pay attention. And so you definitely can feel that. So, but the volunteering part, I think that's a good place to start because, you come out, you see the animals. Some people might get scared. Some people might not, or, they don't know anything. And Noelle's been really good. Like she's taught me a lot. I grew up with horses. So I thought, I can do this. No, I definitely got my butt handed to me a couple of times. Like, we got into rescuing horses, and that's one thing I wanted to tell you about is River Thunder Ranch. It's a horse rescue place. So if your listeners are interested in getting involved with rescue,
where is River Thunder Ranch?
So it's in Anthony, New Mexico.
Okay.
And she actually started.
What's her name?
Her name is Michelle
Slale. I went to high school with her. Yay! We'll do a little shout out to her. What? I follow her on Instagram and Facebook's one of those, and she's cool. She's so cool.
No, she hip. Cool.
Well,
what do the old people say?
As far, I don't know.
You don't say fetch, right? That's not going to happen. Fetch is never going to happen. Okay. What's the goal? No, she is very cool.
Well, I just see, she's just so easy to watch. Yes. I have wanted to reach out to her and be like, how can I help these animals?
Yeah.
Because she gets them in really rough conditions, and then she gets them all healthy, and God bless her.
Yeah, she's amazing. She is she's like one of our very first volunteers that joined the team when I joined KNJ.
Really?
And she has been such an amazing blessing to us, like such a sister, a horse sister, because we've partnered with her, and we've actually have some horses that will probably go into retirement. They're in retirement right now. We're using them, but as they get older, we're going to have to figure out. And I feel like once they're part of us, like we're not going to get rid of them. And Michelle stepped up and is like, hey, I'll take your horses. Like this can be their retirement home, you know? And so yeah, she's so amazing. She has goats and chicken, and she's just living, and hairless chihuahuas, and she's just living her life like on her River Thunder ranch.
Oh my gosh.
She's so
and
amazing.
It's her ranch?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, she's cool.
We definitely need to reach out to her when you guys come on back.
Okay, yeah, that would be so great. I asked her, it was so last minute, I totally forgot. She would have came, but she's got ranch stuff, and she's like, oh, I'm so busy, but I wanted to give her a shout out because thank you so much, Michelle, for all that you do with us and for us. So, yeah.
Yay. I think that's super neat. I wanted to ask you, okay, so say I want to volunteer. What do volunteers, like you would give me an assignment? Like what does a day in the life look like?
No, you go around head on this one.
Oh, man. Well, we do have to train you a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
usually they are following someone that's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
myself or my daughter, my 17-year-old daughter that works with us,
Okay.
or Lenora.
Mm-hmm.
But they will lead the horse for us with a student on. They sidewalk, stand next to the student. We have plenty of other things to do. There's horse maintenance, like cleaning stalls, bathing the horse. Sometimes we have projects of fixing fences, painting, plucking weeds, things like that. So it's just kind of, we know
if you want a good
volunteers.
workout,
Oh yeah.
like
I can see that. I can see that.
seriously, like if you're a gym rat and you want a little new scenery, come out, because we have like so much that you could do.
I would love just to go volunteer for one day.
With can we just talk about that horse that she was on?
Okay.
So his name is Peanut, and he came to
Beautiful.
us. He
matched my shirt.
He did. He's a good accessory for you. He really was. See, that's how I look at horses. That's accessory, but they're not. No. He came to us from one of the girls in the horse community. She was like a photographer, and he took wedding photos with these women wearing beautiful wedding gowns and everything. So she ended up moving her business, and I just fell in love with her horse. So she sold him to us, and I was like, no, this is going to be such a good idea, and he's such a cute boy and all this stuff. And he ended up with a little bit of behavioral issues, He's kind of a bad boy. He got fired from KNJ.
Oh.
So he's been terminated from the program, but we will post that picture of our controller on him. He's currently at horse school.
What I say is, I don't ever blame the horse.
Yeah.
They're an
Okay.
animal.
Yeah.
It takes a very special brain. And that just might not be his job. He might come back.
Be a good boy,
But it might not be his job.
Didn't even get a 2-week notice. Like he shot Gabriel straight up. No, but this is what I'm getting at. This is why Noelle does such a great job, because she's looking at safety. She's looking
absolutely.
at, our clients.
What could happen potentially? You have to see like 5 steps ahead.
Yes.
You know?
That's a perfect way of putting it. 5 steps ahead. And he did. I mean, I want to give him some credit. He did good in certain areas, but his behavioral, he just needs to be tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
And
He needs to age a little bit?
Maybe a little, just a little bit. And we sent him to, I want to name drop again. His name is Gabriel. He has his ranch out there, and it took him,
Renegade Ranch.
Oh, Renegade Ranch. Yeah, sorry, Gabriel. Renegade Ranch. And so he's helped us a lot with the training of our horses too. He's helped Michelle training the wild horses. He had one of the horses that I rescued from Michelle, helping him. And then now he's helping Peanut. And, he was so honest. That's what I love about this. The horse community, some of the most honest people, some of the most loving people that I've met. And, he said, he needs a strong leader. And I didn't even know that. Like, you have to be strong with these horses. You gotta tell him who's boss, and
You're all man, but
that's why. And me, I want to put sequence on him. So he has no respect for me. So, but hopefully he comes back. Hopefully. But yes, can we post that picture? Sis? Okay.
Oh, I love that you're allowing it. Yay, you look fantastic.
It tells you
light and bright and Italian.
Yeah, well, doesn't it tell you a lot about her personality? Like, she's all beautiful and amazing, and then Peanut's like, I tried to find it. I'm just like, oh my god, the horse world.
Yeah, every horse has
And
different
I'm all,
personalities.
yes.
I know. Sheila, Noelle will tell
I'm
you.
sitting there like, oh, he's not smiling.
Oh no.
He's not smiling.
Thank God for Noelle, because she's the only one that's upkeeping the safety.
Literally,
As
we're all,
flying around
can
there.
you like stand on him next time? The shot would be so much
Oh.
better.
See me in the background. Please no. Please
No.
No.
Thanks, Noelle, for keeping us safe.
Keeping it real. No hospital visits
No.
today.
No, I don't want that.
But it tells you about the personalities of the horses.
Absolutely, it really does. Where do the names come from? Like Peanut, where did that, or you got him with the name?
So it was actually from Noelle's horse. She has really cute names for her horses.
Majority of my horses are named after food, okay?
I was like Marshmallow Peanut, and then Donkey's just Donkey.
Well, yeah, his name is really Sprocket, but
Calm.
he has a strong personality
Yeah.
himself. He's very sweet, but when I get irritated
Sweet
with him,
like
it's like
lemon.
Donkey. So Donkey just kind of sticks,
I just think it's hilarious that we were just chatting about, because I went on the ranch to visit,
Mm-hmm.
and he just like is loud and proud
Oh, yeah.
in the back.
Oh yeah.
Donkey,
He makes his presence known.
His presence is super
He-
known.
He does. And then we have Licorice and Snickers.
Oh, I remember
Twinkie.
hearing.
We have
Yes.
Twinkie.
Mhm.
All these names. So that's where we got Peanut's name, because one of her horses' name is Snickers, and I just have grown so fond of her. She is probably one of the most gentlest horses.
She's like gray.
She spotted.
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 Uh-huh.
She's an
spotted and brown.
Appaloosa.
Oh my
Appaloosa.
gosh.
So,
And
How pretty.
she lets us put wrapping paper on her, wrap her like a present.
so me and Lenore have a different view on that.
Yes.
I love Snickers. I do,
Yeah.
but I say she has one brain cell in there.
Mhm. Her ears are very little. They look like cat ears. I don't think she
I
does.
love her. She's so
So
sweet.
sweet.
But she just gives you this blank stare sometimes. You're like, oh, one brain cell's gone.
Wow.
But she's super sweet. Anybody can get on her.
Anyone can ride her.
Yeah.
She's very gentle.
She's probably one of the most top performer, right? Like you feel like you could put anyone on her, right?
She
Yeah.
loves people.
She loves
Oh.
people.
She doesn't like other horses.
Mm-mm.
She's like,
Oh.
nope.
No, she's got a bad.
Do they mate? Like any of your horses?
No,
No, they're all
mine
done?
are
Oh, okay.
snipped.
I might want a little baby horse.
Well, I do too. One day, that's my goal to have a mare, like breed a mare and have her be pregnant and have the clients kind of go through the process of not the process of breeding her, of course,
Mhm.
but her, like
Yeah.
be able whoever wants to come will see the ultrasounds or just kind of.
Oh, that would be
go through
so
the process.
precious. What an absolute dream. So tell me, what are future goals for your ranch? Like,
Yeah.
where do you want to be in a year from now? Or 5 years from now?
Yeah, 5 years.
We lease with a fabulous lady.
Yeah.
Our landlord's like excellent,
Okay.
but would love to be, and that's one of our goals is to be on our own property.
Okay.
And to just grow and serve the community. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't just have to be special needs in the sense of autism or cerebral palsy or Down syndrome. If you have anxiety, if you have depression.
See, a lot of people don't realize that is a helpful
Yeah.
outlet as well. Instead of being just medicated, let's try a different avenue, you know?
Yeah, I think one of the goals with the land would be amazing. And land is so expensive,
Yeah.
obviously, right now.
Yeah.
So we're definitely saving our pennies. And doors are opening. Like one of the goals, with this windstorm that happened, we had to cancel lessons. And so that affected our clients. And, one of the goals would be to have a covered arena.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to cancel. So, we want to serve our clients better. And that would be one way to do it, would be through a covered arena and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because even though it's a windy day, doesn't mean they're not having a bad day still, or, it's a really sucky feeling.
Yeah.
Especially as a parent, you're like, have that, you're looking forward to like, okay, they're getting their therapy. And then you can't. You're all, let me bring my horse in your living room.
Yeah, absolutely. We did that with Donkey. We brought Donkey to the nursing facility and brought him into the rooms for the client, for the patients that couldn't come out. So Donkey wouldn't visit
I am
him.
so sorry.
No, you're okay.
Liberty Bell is making her appearance.
No, it was really cool. We were just like, please don't poop. Please don't poop. Please he's not in the hospital or not in the facility. Yeah. But he did really good.
You're like, he needs a diaper inside.
I brought him into houses when he was a baby. He didn't poop then, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
baby donkey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can imagine them little. I'm like,
I could pick him up.
Oh my gosh.
So he's a miniature donkey. I could pick him up. It was so cute.
Oh,
I never even thought, because I remember you mentioning he was miniature, but I can't even imagine them tiny.
He doesn't look miniature because he's kind of fat. But
he has a bun on him.
He does. He looks 9 months pregnant.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Yeah, I think that would be a goal. I don't know. Just to get better for our clients, to better serve them.
I mean, when you just put it out in the universe, like this time next year, we're going to have a covered arena. You would be so surprised, Absolutely. All right, ladies. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we do.
Okay. So it's almost like a true and false.
Okay,
let's see who knows their horse facts.
I'm gonna lose.
No, that's good.
The horse person is gonna lose.
Carla.
It's just a silly game. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. And you can say yay or nay or true or false.
Yay or nay?
I
No
say
nay. No pun intended.
Woo! I wanted the nay part. Okay. Horses sleep standing up. Yay or nay?
Nay. Oh, yes. Yay, not nay.
Yay.
Yay? What do you say, Control Tower?
I have the answers.
Oh, you're lame.
Are you going to tell us the answers, or is Carla going to tell us the answers?
I think you have the answers.
I have the answers. So, it's yay. They doze standing, but need to lie down for a deep sleep.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I saw this meme or a video on Instagram where she's like, Steve! And because the horse was like down and then he like gets up and she's like, I thought you were dead!
You don't know how many times I've had people say, is your horse dead? Because they thought like, no. And they're so worried. I have to walk over there and be like, and they poke their head up like, why are you waking me up? I'm like, sorry.
Tell them how you can. Tell the audience how you can tell if a horse is dead or not.
The passengers.
Oh, the passengers. Excuse me. Their legs are stiff.
They do
right. So if they're stiff, then they're dead. If they're like this, they're not dead.
If they're not breathing, then they're not alive.
I was gonna say I always do the tummy check, like up or down, but I literally like almost faint because I'm like.
You're waiting to watch.
A lot of people don't think that horses lay down, but they do.
I know. I thought that was so funny. Steve, I thought you were dead.
Have
She's
you seen
like
the
Irish.
chicken nugget one?
No.
It's another phone call. I have to go check the carcass, and she walks out there and chicken nugget and
his name is Chicken Nugget.
Squidward. It's Squidward thing.
Yeah.
She's a Squidward and chicken nugget, and they're just laying flat. She's like, everyone thinks the neighbors think you're dead, and it's not dead. They're not dead.
I mean, it's a fun fact, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A baby horse is called a filly. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Oh, yay. I didn't even know what that was. Yay.
Well,
if a few. Oh,
sorry.
No. Tell me.
Well, a filly's a female.
Yes.
Woo! So they're from Philadelphia.
A foal is like general, like baby.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then a colt is a baby male.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Which made me think like the colt, like the football team. They're baby horses. They're not big stallions. They're baby horses. Yay, baby horses.
You are an equine.
They're baby boys.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give you my resume.
Yes. Let's go.
Horses have 5 legs.
Oh no.
Nay.
That's a sexy joke.
I know. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see what they're doing. Gotcha. No, 4 for sure.
Horses are herbivores. Yay or nay?
Yay. I've heard they can be omnivores every once in a while, but they are herbivores. Like
they
for the most part
eat plants, mainly grasses. That's what it says here.
Yeah, I've heard that they can be omnivores, but I've never seen it. But I actually had someone tell me that the other day. I'm like, okay, but they're more herbivores. Like that's
What do you mean? Wonder if it's like chicken or steak.
Yeah.
Poultry or beef. Like,
they're all that chicken's annoying.
Everyone's gonna Google it now.
Yes.
YouTube. Horses are omnivores.
Show me a video. Okay, the fastest horse breed is the Clydesdale. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Yeah. Those are the big boys.
Those are the Budweiser horses.
Yes.
And Santa Claus horses.
You know what's crazy?
Mhm.
Get this. We went to, that horse ranch in Ruidoso. I can't think of its name, bless its heart.
Me neither, but it's like a trail riding.
Yeah. And they're
Yeah.
fantastic, right?
Yeah, they
So
are.
my brother-in-law is our always control tower, Leanne, her dad, 6'8", buff guy, like huge guy. So he walks in and he's already taking his seat because he's like, I'm not going to get on a horse today. I'm not going to carry the horse, and I'm not going to get on the horse. And then so he was sitting, and the lady was like, do you want to ride? And he was like, I haven't ridden since I am too big. And she was like, no. Do you want to ride? And he was like, well, show me the horse. They pull out
The Clydesdale?
That's
amazing.
A French Clydesdale, and his name was Donk. Huge.
Bring out the donk.
And this massive, that is redonkulous. And
How cool is that?
he looked tiny on this horse. It was
Did he?
wild. I was like,
Oh.
you're welcome for your experience. He sure did. We'll post it. Leanne will post it for us. It was, I'm going to say, it was beautiful. This lady just was like, do you really want
I
to
love
sit?
that.
Or I love that she pushed him because
Yes.
he was so happy on his horse.
He's running a Clydesdale. That's his brand.
That's his brand,
Oh,
you
my
know.
goodness.
We all get the cute little, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring me the cute one, you know, one that wears a scarf, you know. I love the pretty horse.
I don't care which one. I just don't want to be bucked
Oh,
off.
I love
So
the bucked
give me a
off.
different one. That's why I
See,
said.
you're a real horse trainer because I'm like, who gets bucked off? These are trail horses. You're all, hey, you and your
They know
glitter
their
are gonna
job.
get.
They know their job.
I know their job. I went there years ago. I don't know if I told
It's
you
a
the story.
good I've seen
No.
But I went with my oldest son and my middle child,
Mm-hmm.
and we're riding, and I was talking to the guide, and horses, they're smart. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, the other day our horses got out. They got out. And he's like, I didn't go look for them. I'm like, why? He's like, I knew they'd come back because they have different trails, like an hour long, 2 hours long.
Oh yeah.
They went down the hour long trail. He's like, he's watching his clock. Like, watch. They came back an hour later. They just came back.
Did they
Yeah,
really?
They came back on the road. They
Horses
just
are
followed the trail.
amazing.
They're so
Yeah.
beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that they're just like, we're out.
Yeah,
You know?
we're going for a trail ride.
We're gonna go for a joyride, and we don't want passengers today.
I don't know. They're
Not
going on
today.
their
We're going
walk.
solo.
Well, that's the thing. Well, I know that happened to me at Noelle's place one time. I opened up the gate and one of the horses just ran out, and I freaked out. I was like, "How am I going to get this horse back in?" Because he was doing circles, like just taking this circle. And I called Noelle, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry, he won't go anywhere, and he'll probably go to the hay. Just let him go to the hay." And that's what he did. He went. He did a couple laps. Right, and it got all the other horses all fired up, like literally, like just showing off. Like, look at me, I got out of the pen, and then he went straight to the hay, and then we picked him up, and he was fine.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It's like they're children too. They're like, I'm out. Okay, horses can see nearly 360 degrees around them.
360. I think, yay.
Because look at their eyes are on the side.
Their eyes are on the side of the
But they
head.
have 2 blind spots.
Oh,
It's yay.
Oh.
Thanks to eye placement, they have wide vision except right in front and behind.
Okay, well, see, they have
So
2
there-
blind spots.
that's-
Yeah,
So is
2
that-
blind spots.
So is
Wow.
that a 360
So
though?
that's not 360 though, isn't it?
Well, maybe if they do like one of these little notes.
Oh,
Maybe,
nearly.
you know?
Oh, nearly.
Nearly.
Nearly. Okay, I missed the nearly.
Says our
part. Okay.
English teacher. She's like, there is nearly.
I missed that word.
Yeah.
Three. Describe KNJ in 3 words. She's like, that's not.
That is not 3
You went
words
over
she
there.
said. I
My
am not.
sissy.
I fail. Sorry, I got that.
Never.
Oh,
Goodness
this
for
is
that.
an interesting one. And all horses are born black and change color with age.
No.
Nay.
Nay, that's an odd thing to say. It says horses can be born in many colors:
Right.
chestnut, gray, bay, etc.
Yeah.
The grays normally change color.
Oh, well, yeah, it would make sense like who their mama and dad are, right? As to what they would come out. How do we make them spotted? Those are pretty.
So you would probably like Snickers and Appaloosa. You would
Look for an apple bleach.
spray paint. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Did you have some hair dye idea that they sell for horses?
They do sell hair
Do
dye.
Do you sell hair dye?
You
can dye
can
your
like
horse.
dye just like the dogs. You can get take the groomer.
Do some have like really good hair and some have really
Yeah.
bad hair?
Snickers doesn't have great hair. I'm sorry to say that she
Yeah.
doesn't. But then we have horses. I've had horses that have like thick, like long manes and tails. And,
Oh wow! I would like my horse to have pretty hair.
Your
My
horse would be
dream horse
beautiful.
would
I
be-
can tell. Carla's horse.
Look, honey, I got my hair done. Get yours done. Look at this
Get
fool.
it
He
done.
gets his hair done once a month, wherever he is. I tell you, he goes and passes out. Okay, horses can live over 30 years.
They can.
Yay!
Yay!
With good care, some horses live into their 30s or even 40s.
Wow.
That's extremely old, and I've only seen one horse in my life make it into the 40s.
The
Really?
40s. Was it boy or girl?
I think it was a mare. It wasn't mine.
Oh, but you just
But
witnessed.
it was a mare. Yeah,
As a girl.
it was a girl.
Oh.
Sorry, mare.
Aw.
That's mare is a girl.
Well, of course, it had to be a woman because we live forever.
We do. They're all bitter.
And she's like, nope, not going, not
The
today.
bitter keep us alive.
The bitter keeps
bitter-
us alive. What's the oldest horse you've ever had?
28.
Oh wow! You know what's crazy? Chris had a cat live for 19 years, and she chewed bubblegum. Like, can you imagine just a cat walking around blowing bubbles? You know how he found out? I guess he would take off his pants at home, their boys, and just leave them on the floor, and his gum would be in the pocket, and she would get the gum and get to the bubble gum. And can you imagine? Those are my questions, ladies.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's it.
Did we pass?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I think you passed them all.
Yeah, I think we
In my
passed.
book, you guys are great horse trainers.
Wow. That's such a compliment.
Well, I
It
got
really
an F at the
is.
beginning because I went over the
You
words,
did, yeah.
but it's okay.
What was the 3 words that we could describe? KNJ, passion,
Love,
love,
kindness,
kindness.
and then I threw in horses in there because it's
Yeah.
you know.
I love that though. Those are good.
They are good. Okay, so jet lag's my most favorite part.
Okay.
I want like is equestrian the right word? Like an say it?
Equine?
Equine.
Equine.
I have it in my head, but I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I don't want to say it wrong. An
Okay.
equine jet lag.
Equine jet
Okay.
lag. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
So that would be. You want to go first? Put you on the spot
No.
because it's like a pet peeve though, right?
Yeah, like whatever's your pet peeve at the moment.
Oh man.
I'll go first. I'm gonna want to put all kinds of frou-frou stuff on
the horses.
and I'm gonna need a yes always.
Always. Sequence.
Minority, you want to like continue?
yes.
Yeah, I was gonna let you feed
So,
off of
okay,
it.
I think I'm being a little serious here. I really wish that equine was recognized with insurances.
That's a
therapy.
beautiful
That-
pet
yeah.
peeve. Ugh,
Yeah,
that
that's a
jet
pet
lag.
peeve.
You know what? Who do we write? I'm writing letters.
I don't know. Should we write letters?
I feel like
guess,
we're gonna
right?
protest.
Right? Because I mean, I don't even know where to start. When I get time, I'm gonna do it. Like, who do we ask? But
That's a great.
that's my jet lag.
That's a great jet
For
lag,
sure.
and it makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. Even
It
therapy, even whether it be in whatever form, should be accessible no matter what.
Yeah.
Because if you're
Sure,
having a day,
yeah.
you know, I'm going to need to go tell somebody about it. And poor Chris is done hearing about it.
Yeah. The good old hubs.
My husband is like, we're having a day. We're having a day.
Yeah. What about you for equine therapy?
So I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of yours a
Okay,
little bit.
okay.
So my jet lag would be that equine therapy was just known, like
Maybe-
KNJ's known,
No
No.
more.
Okay.
Absolutely.
and that
Be-
we're here to serve the community.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. And there is no level of whatever that you are welcome no matter what.
Yep,
We'll find a
anybody.
spot for you.
Anybody.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
don't discriminate at all. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on.
Because a
you
lot
know?
of people feel like I'm not on the spectrum, or I'm not this much, or I'm not like it. No.
Have you seen Martha Stewart?
Um.
I mean, she attributes much of her health and wealth to equine therapy.
Aw,
Does she?
That's beautiful. I didn't know
Oh my
that.
God, Darn right, give me more of
Yeah,
that.
we know about that.
Do you
Okay.
follow her on
I do
Instagram?
not, but I love that her and
A plug for
Well-
Martha Stewart, equine therapy. Oh, Martha, if you're listening, if you're our
this is it. We're
passenger-
going viral.
If you're our passenger today, Miss Martha, we need to ping her in this.
I think we
you know?
definitely will. I'm going to share my location with
Yes,
her.
absolutely. Yeah, like
I-
you know what?
She's a
It's
baddie.
crazy because, like, I had one time this girl come to me and she was like, yeah, I have cats and I love my cats, but I want to work with horses. And, you know, so we were talking and we were grooming, and she was just like, you could see her start to open up. And, you know, she told me, she's like, you know, I never really shared this with you, but like, I don't really have a lot of friends, and like, I don't know how to make friends. And so it's like stuff like that, like people are struggling with. And, you know, that's what we want to really get out. Like, well, you got friends now.
Yeah.
You know, you have a family now. You're like, welcome, you know.
You know, to touch on that a little bit, it is hard in the adult world to make friends.
Yeah.
Like or to like really, like when you meet somebody and they're amazing and cool, but you're like, I don't want to unpack my whole life. Like I don't want to tell another person about, yeah. Or even more like where you're like, can you just pretend like when I say 10 years ago and just say, you know it. Yeah. You know, instead of like, oh, I have to tell you all about my life. And you know what I mean? Like, I think that's hard. I meet new people and I'm like, let's just play that we've known each other for 30, you know, just agree.
That's really cute. I love that.
Let's
that's
just,
a good idea.
you know, let's just roll with it. You know, my old stories and I know yours, assuming, you know, like that's hard, I think, for adults, or even hard just to meet somebody and click with somebody, you know, like that's, I think as an adult, that's hard. So I think that's sad because it's happening to so many people. Wasn't there an app where you can meet friends?
I think I heard something about that, but
I mean,
I'm introverted, so I don't go on
I don't want friends.
She doesn't even want our friendship. I'm like, guess what? We're going to be friends. No.
This is for life, you and I, and you've known me for 30.
30 years. There you go. No. It's wild because I didn't know that people like introverts versus extroverts, like where
I only recently learned about that too. Like I did not realize a lot of people would rather just stay home. You know, I love to go out and about. I love a good, if I'm wearing a good outfit, it's going out. This is going out.
No, and that's, I think that our 5-year plan too, like letting them know, like our community, like, hey, if you're having a bad day, come to KNJ. Even if you don't want a lesson.
What about like a monthly, everybody come on out? Yeah. I mean, like a social. And it doesn't need any type of, a lot of people always want the food and the whistles and the, like, just come hang out. Yeah. Come meet us, like a meet and greet, you know?
Love that. Thank you, Carla. That's a good idea. We also really love like feedback. Like, how can we get better?
Oh,
you know, like,
absolutely.
What can we do, you know, to help this experience? Like, we've got the therapy side, like with what we do and stuff on that. But like, what would you like to see out here, you know, while you're waiting for your lesson? You know, what kind of activities and stuff? So we've actually incorporated like camps, and then also like you can paint horseshoes while you wait, or you can learn how to rope on a steer head. And so
these are good. Yeah. Or even like instead of, or because you know it gets like warm, like what about like your monthly, like a monthly camp out, you know, like, hey, just come pitch your tent with your family. Don't get weird, you know.
Please don't drop off your kids.
Don't drop off your kids. I'm gonna need you here.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
And just do like an under the stars kind of event, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of cool stuff.
We gotta pick her brain.
Oh, I have great ideas. I have great ideas.
You are so creative. And check out our website.
Oh.
Oh my God. So there will be more about that event on our website.
And on that note, ladies, thanks for catching a flight with us.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, passengers. Thanks for catching a flight with me. Don't forget, like and subscribe.